This is the format for the listening essay. It needs to be at least 3 to 5 pages. MLA, pretend like these are sheets of paper. And so these lines, first one would be your name, my name, the class and the date, your last name, comma, page 1. Put listening and then introduction. I have this abbreviated because I ran out of room, but you put listening, introduction. And then you start writing the introduction of your paper. Listening is something that we all need to do, but we all fail to listen because we are talking too much. This blue will be the thesis. So you have to choose however many barriers to effective listening that you have so that you can fill up at least 3 to 5 pages. Here, for this example, I use criticizing the speaker, details, and faking attention. And so your thesis will be, I'll be talking about my 3 barriers to effective listening, which would be criticizing the speaker, focusing on the details and not the main theme, and faking attention. There are like 6 altogether. You just choose however many you need to use or the ones that apply to you so that you can fill up the paper. Then have a subtopic, criticizing. For each section, you're going to define your barrier to effective listening. You're going to give me an example, and then you're going to tell me how you're going to overcome it. So I literally want you to put criticizing, but you don't put define, example, and overcome. I'm just doing this so you know what I'm talking about. So criticizing. Criticizing the speaker is whenever someone is talking, and rather than listening to what they're saying, you're criticizing how they look, the clothes that they're wearing, how they talk. Give an example. I do this whenever I am in a particular class that I don't think is exciting at all. And so I begin to say the teacher's shoes are funny. The teacher talks funny. The teacher's too short. The teacher's too tall. The way I'm going to overcome this is by putting all of my bias aside. I might just, for the first minute, look at the instructor and just get it all out mentally. Say, okay, this person is short, they're tall, I don't like their shoes, I don't like their pants. It's done. Now I'm going to ultimately listen to what they have to say because I need this class. It's going to help me become a better person. Then you come up, second page. Perhaps your barrier is listening to details and not the overall theme. Once again, you will define it, you will give an example, and you will listen outcome. Listening to details, meaning you focus on the individual names and dates, not the overall theme. Example, I do this in history. The instructor is talking about a particular event. I want to make certain that I have all the dates and the names, and I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm going to overcome this by recording the lecture so that I can go back and get the names and dates, but whenever the lecture is happening initially, I'm just going to listen for the overall theme. Then you have another barrier, faking attention. Again, you define it. You give me an example of you having this barrier and then how you're going to overcome it. Faking attention is where you are pretending to listen, but in reality, you're not. I lose it with my boss because I just don't like my job, and so he or she is telling me to do something, and I'm going, yes, okay, and I have no idea what he or she is saying. That was the example. When this happens, this is not good because then I don't know what he or she is talking about, and then I end up getting yelled at. The way I'm going to overcome this is I'm going to say, I may not like this job, but I need it to pay bills, and so I'm going to give my boss my undivided attention so that I can do a good job and I can get a raise, or maybe I can get a promotion so that I can make more money and be more in charge. Then put your conclusion, put listening in conclusion, and then you just sum up like you would a normal essay. In conclusion, I told you about my 3 barriers, and in this situation, it would be criticizing the speaker, details, and faking attention, and then put what I learned. Don't put this as a subheading. I just want you to put what I learned because I always want you to tell me what you learned. So again, this is not a subheading, but you just, at the end, for the last sentence or two, what I learned is that listening is important and I need to overcome these barriers so that I can become a better person.